I'm selling all my real estate, every single property. And the crazy thing is I actually reached my goal. 10 years ago, I read the book, Think and Grow Rich. After reading it, it said to write your goal for the next 10 years. So I wrote down that I would have $1.5 million in real estate. And I did it. But the problem is it's $1.5 million of debt, not equity, not cash. I basically said I wanted $1.5 million and I got it, but it's all debt. I owe $1.5 million in real estate. So I think this is the perfect example of be careful what you wish for. So today I'm gonna break down why I'm selling everything, what I did right, what I did wrong, and why $100 per month in cash flow isn't gonna change anyone's life. So I've wholesaled, I flipped, I've done listings, I've had rentals, I've made money in real estate. So this is not a video about me quitting real estate. It's just about when do you know you have to cut your losses and move forward and take the L and then just go on to the next project. Also, I want to clear this up. Not every property I owned was supposed to be a long-term hold. Some were always flips, some changed, and one just didn't justify the headaches I was getting in order to do that project. So let me walk you through all of them. So property number one was always a flip. It's under contract right now, and I'm gonna put some videos on it. That one's gonna close in a couple weeks. We did the inspection, we did the appraisal. That one's good to go. We're gonna make a good chunk on it. So that one we were always selling. I really like how this one came out. This one, we just had to do a couple little things. This closes February 13th. Hopefully we can stay on schedule for that one. You know, we're just moving along. All right, property number two is the one that I'm standing in right now. So this one is not done yet. It needs about a week for some final touches, and then I'll be able to sell it. So this one was always going to be a flip. I wasn't gonna hold this. This was gonna be a quick in and out. It's been about like 2 months, I think, at this point. But I'm gonna make a decent amount on this one. And I'm gonna be able to just cash out and go on to the next project. These are the ones I like because, you know, it's a month or two. The budgets are anywhere from 30 to 40 grand. I know all the materials. I know everything that I should expect. I mean, I really like these just because I built a whole system on flipping these quickly. Property number three is the 3 family. And that one was gonna be either a BRRRR or a flip, and I wanted to have more units, so I was leaning towards making that a BRRRR or doing the BRRRR strategy on it. But that's the one where I have problems with the city. I have problems with homeless people, squatters. I have delays, contractors taking forever, more city violations, just too much going on with that property where I think it's time for me to cut my losses and move on to the next thing. And funny enough, today I'm getting an offer for that property, and if I accept that offer, I might lose a couple $1,000s. At the end of the day, it's a small loss compared to what I can lose. Potentially, I can lose a lot more money if I don't just get rid of it. So that one, I'm gonna sell as well. Another thing too is the holding costs are eating all the profit. It has a $2,000 per month hard money loan, and it's eating up all the profits. So that one, I can't wait to get rid of it. And then, to be honest, the biggest issue with that 3 family is that I was running the project out of state. And the truth is, I made a video on it. I can't do giant projects out of state. Cosmetic jobs I can do, like kitchens, bathroom, floors, paint, things like that. I could definitely handle out of state with, you know, depending on how good my contractor is. But a giant project with multiple subcontractors, with multiple contractors, it's just too much to handle. And I have to be honest with myself, and I have to take that L, learn, and then move forward on to the next thing. So this is what people don't talk about. To be honest with you, real estate is not passive. Like, I don't care what no one says, real estate is not passive. Maybe if you buy a REIT, that's the only way I see real estate being passive, but it's definitely not. So every delay costs money. Every inspection, something comes up. Every phone call from the city, code violations, things always add up, and it's just stacking and stacking. So I have to realize, am I building wealth or am I just managing all the problems? And I think at one point you have to be like, all right, cool. I have to sell this property and move forward and go on to the next because it's not working. Now let's talk about the last one. The last project number 4. That's the one that went viral, at least viral for me here on YouTube. And after creating that video, after all the feedback and speaking to my business partner, he's gonna actually buy me out of the deal. So I'll take all my investment out and then I'll be able to start fresh. So that one right there, that one could be looked at as a failure. But at the end of the day, I didn't lose money on it. So I'm gonna just keep learning from these mistakes, and then hopefully I stop making these mistakes, because they're getting expensive. If everything goes good, the cash flow is roughly $100 per unit in my market, depending on how you buy, repairs, and all the refinancing and all these other things. But is $100 per unit actually worth it? Like, is it worth the stress? What's $100 gonna do for you or per month? What's $100 gonna do for me per month? And if one thing happens to the property, water heater goes out, the furnace goes out, then that's all your cash flow for the next, who knows, couple years. So what I'm starting to realize is that most people that have rentals, they bought the rentals from another job or a business. Their net worth is growing. They could take tax deductions on the properties. It's helping them versus someone like me where I'm just getting started owning these properties and doing all these things. I feel like I have to be financially stable and have a lot of reserves in order to really make the money from these rentals. And now I know there's a lot of people that made it happen with rentals, but in today's day, I think you have to make your money first through business, through flips, bigger deals, through whatever means, jobs, whatever you guys have, and then you reinvest into the real estate. But if I do a flip and I used all that money to buy a rental and then I have no money left, I have no job, I have nothing else, and let's say the flips slow down, I have no flips, no wholesale deals, I don't have anything, I gotta live off that $100 per month. It doesn't make sense for me. Eventually it will, but right now I have to make the decision that it's not making sense for me. I need to get some more money and then be stable and then make the investments. So the funny thing about this is that I said $1.5 million and I wasn't specific with my goal. And that's a big mistake that I'm learning. And then I think everyone should learn is you have to be extremely specific with what your goal is. So I said I wanted $1.5 million in real estate. Well, I got that. But is that really what I wanted? I wanted $1.5 million in equity. I wanted to be $1.5 million liquid. So moving forward, I'm going to be extremely clear with my goals and extremely specific. So that's the learning lesson. And it's kind of funny too. I'm not going to lie. You got to laugh at yourself sometimes. So I'm not anti-real estate. I'm still going to do real estate. I'm just going to do it a little bit more different. I'm going to go ahead and buy some real estate related businesses. I'm going to create cash flow through business, and then slowly I'll reinvest into real estate. I need to have a base where I can support my life and my lifestyle. And then with the extra, I reinvest into real estate. And then that way I can grow my portfolio. Because the way I was doing it, it's not really working, and I'm tired of eating ramen noodles. So yes, I'm selling everything. I'm taking the cash, I'm gonna regroup, and I'm gonna figure out my next move. And I'll be choosing my next plays intentionally. Comment below, let me know if this is crazy, what you would do in my situation, or if you agree with me, or if you disagree. Subscribe because I'm gonna be breaking down what I'm gonna do with that money and what my next plays actually are. So this isn't the end. This is just a quick little reset, and then I'll be right back to it. Also, subscribe to my newsletter. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.